So I'm here today to talk about the Hierophant and actually to share why I think this is a really exciting card to get into a reading, and a card that has an awful lot of help and guidance and positive meanings to it. So the first thing with Hierophant is no tarot card can be quite understood by itself. The cards are words and you need the sentence around the word to understand its meaning. So let's have a quick look at the sequence of cards leading up to the Hierophant. Now I know every card can have a wide variety of meanings. I'm going to be very specific here and look at life. So the Fool, which I haven't pulled out today, that is potential, that is your spirit. Now the Magician I see as conception. And the idea here of being the egg and the sperm and everything you need to make a full baby. Then we come to the High Priestess, the time in the womb, growing in the womb. The Empress, birth, giving birth, babehood, that time when the baby and the mother are as one in the very early weeks. Then the father, or the father figure. You know, it could be that the mother, but this is the point when the parent needs to start setting boundaries. Once a baby is active and moving and a toddler, the word no becomes fairly essential. Traditionally we think of that as a father, but it could be a father figure or just the mother adopting discipline, boundaries. And then we have the Hierophant. This is the education. This is teaching, learning, teacher, establishment, authority, all of those things rolled into one. Classically it would be going to school, but obviously my kids don't go to school, but this is being taught, education. Then we have love, choices. This is the point when a young person starts to make conscious decisions, which usually include stepping away from the family, putting a girlfriend or a boyfriend before the family. And then we have the Chariot, leaving home, moving on, the complete person, guided not by the family, not by the mother, but by their own hopes and fears. So by looking at the cards in that order, we can see that the Hierophant comes in the place of teacher. And now we have the two pillars. So the two pillars we've seen already in the High Priestess. And we've seen that the pillars have a curtain, and we can just catch a glimpse. Behind the curtain is the sea or a lake, and to me this represents the unconscious, the collective unconscious, through which we can connect with the divine. So to me the High Priest, I say High Priest because I'm used to reading the Druid craft as well, the Hierophant is a way that you can understand the divine, however you wish to perceive that. He is a bridge. He is a way of a wisdom, an authority, a way of connecting with on a more intellectual basis. And one way of understanding this is to look at the matched pair, High Priestess and the Hierophant. The High Priestess is intuition. You're looking at the cards, you have a flash of intuition and you know what they mean. That's brilliant. The Hierophant is having the skills to apply the intuition to make them meaningful to your life. That is the wisdom, the experience. This Hierophant, he is a bridge between you and your intuition. He is a teacher. This could be a person, it could be a book, it could be an online course, it could be a course, a workshop, a school of thought, it could be the Kabbalah, it could be the tarot if you're researching the meanings, it could be anything. It doesn't mean a person, it doesn't have to be an institution. Very often the Hierophant has represented a book to me, a book that when I read it really helps me to get beyond my intuition and understand something. We have these symbols here of on the monk's robes, the red roses and the white lilies. The red roses represent physicality, bringing this information into real life, and the lilies represent your spirituality. So whatever information your Hierophant is giving you, it should influence your actual physical life and your spiritual understanding as well. And notice a really important symbol for me, the keys. He has crossed keys here between you and the teacher. This is a teacher that gives you the keys to heaven, the lilies, and earth, the roses. This is a teacher that gives you everything they know, or everything you can know, or everything you need to know. This is not the kind of teacher that gives you one key and says, oh, but you can't take any more, you need to come back to me. A true Hierophant, someone that really wants to teach, because this is the teacher. The hermit is a guide, this is a teacher, will give you everything they think they can that will help you. And I know a lot of people, myself included, are put off by the Christian imagery. It's just a reflection of the artist and the author of the deck. They were both Christians. It is, I think, the Rider-Waite is an incredibly beautiful deck, an incredibly powerful deck, and an incredibly simple deck to read with. The fact that it has some Christian imagery in it, the fact that this is a very sort of popish, pomp and circumstance, ritualistic card, is actually neither here nor there. You interpret this card as the teacher, as best suits you. And maybe your teacher is a battered old paperback book, or maybe your teacher is an online course. It doesn't have to be somebody that sits in a position of authority. That simply reflects the background of the artist and the author.